Yeah, my voice purchase.
Okay, yeah. So the recording has started. I guess you have no issues. So first of all,
Mm,
welcome to this interview for the GDSC core team. And I'd like you to introduce yourself first.
yeah. So, hi, Shagnik. Myself, Swapnendu Banerjee, currently pre-final year CSE student at RCCIIT. And
Okay.
currently, I'm SD intern at PGAGI and a Microsoft Transparent Ambassador at beta level and a developer advocate at Kira. So that's all about my brief introduction, and let's discuss further things, and we'll be having a talk.
Okay. So you have applied for the web and web3 domain as a lead. So how do you think that you'll be able to contribute to this domain?
For me, as I've filled the form and you have seen that I have already discussed about my goal, that is create application-based learning platform environment. And from first year itself, I have started working in this particular field, and I'm working in this industry as well. So the first thing is that the first year students, the beginners, the newbies, those who come to the college and think that what to start with, and you also know that web dev is a particular domain that is a medium to express anything. If you are going for AIML application or anything that you want to express, web dev is a kind of a medium. So I'll be trying to motivate those people, those who doesn't know about this particular domain, and I'll be trying to help them by providing resources. And I believe that the resources won't help solely. So I'll be showing them how to apply the skills to make something productive. And my aim will be to create this thing only that learn, execute, and empower.
Okay. So as per your CV, as I can see, you are having an internship
Yeah,
that you are doing, I guess, mostly on the weekdays.
yeah,
Apart from that, you are the convener of RCC Techs as well. So how
yes.
do you think that you will be able to manage time and give back to the community?
Yeah. If I say you that I'm means this community thing is in my blood. I would like to say because from first year when we were in second semester we are running a community.
Yeah.
It's better to say we are running our community, and which is of like 850 people. And at times we created events at various towns of our life where life problems were there, various things, right? So I think that management of the time won't be an issue because my internship runs in a particular way. And after 6 p.m., I think I am available. In the weekends, also like Sunday, I'm available. In the Saturday, second half, also, I'm pretty available. And obviously, the other club is also there, RCC takes, which also means focuses on this particular thing, that is application based learning. Means the aim of GDG on campus RCC IIT and RCC Techs is quite similar. So the collaborative way of presenting the things also can be nurtured. So I think there won't be any problem because we are managing the time in all the ways since first year, managing the community, doing everything. So hopefully now also I can manage the things and execute the things properly.
Okay. So as you are convener in RCC Techs, you have
Right.
a upper hand over there in the community. So if you
Right.
want to have your community more focused over Web and Web3, so will you
Yeah.
not be able to do over there more rather than being over here working as a lead, domain lead?
See, being the convener over there, I am managing various events, and there is a particular domain lead for this particular domain. And he has his particular point of view to run the particular domain. And I cannot force him that you listen to me and you implement my ideas only. And if I become the particular domain lead in GDG on campus RCCIIT, I think that I can implement my brain children that those I have, that how to implement those things, how to execute the things, because I believe in execution. And many of our colleagues believe in like only doing sessions and giving some resources, but I don't believe in those things. As I have access to Kira quests as well, as I have mentioned before, mentioned prior to these things, that I am a developer advocate at Kira. And these Kida quests, what are these Kida quests? Nothing but mini hackathon. And as you know, that we are doing hackathon from first year, me and you.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
obviously, application brings growth. So I think this mindset of means my this mindset, I can apply these things very well here. But as a convener, since I'm managing all the domains, I'm managing the events, I think that I cannot like force or I cannot overpower that particular domain, because obviously the freedom will be more over here than there. That's all.
Okay. So since you have applied for the Web and Web3 domain, so explain me blockchain in just layman terms so that if someone who has zero idea about blockchain can also understand what is blockchain. Just it doesn't, he or she should not think that, okay, it's a block which is wrapped in a chain. So explain me that
Right.
way.
See, can I use means any other language other than English? Is it allowed
Yeah, you can
to?
definitely use English,
Oh,
Hindi, or Bengali because if you use Urdu or maybe Tamil Telugu, I'll not be able to understand. So you can
right.
use either
Obviously,
of
I
the
won't,
three.
because that's out of my expertise as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Blockchain. অনেক বড় বড় explanation we have seen various explanations of blockchain, but since I mean, see, I'm not into that much into Web3, but yeah, I have some fascination towards it. So yeah, blockchain, right? I was just exploring into the blockchain, and yeah, there are various resources that I have. Hopefully, I'll be sharing those things as well. So for me, what is blockchain, right? Let's say we have a joint family of five families, right? আমার কাকা, আমার
Mhm.
জ্যাঠা, অনেকজন আছে সেই বাড়িতে, and আমার দাদু আছে, ঠিক আছে? So what happens, I have only one wooden almirah in our house, right? And any day or the other we see that one or the other cloth is getting misplaced, and we are not getting to means we are means এটা বোঝা মুশকিল হয়ে যাচ্ছে যে অ্যাকচুয়ালি ওইখান থেকে জামা কাপড়টা সরাচ্ছে কে, কারণ চাবি থাকে আমার দাদুর কাছে, right? So here comes the concept of centralized system. That is, there is a particular ledger which is maintained by a single person. So there might be a risk that particular person who is managing the total database might leak your data, and there is a what can we say, that there is a lack of transparency. If something is changed over there, then I can't see these things, that what's happening over there, because it's a wooden cupboard or wooden almirah where the transparency is not at all there. We cannot see that who is taking out or who is changing the values or changing the clothes or changing the stuffs over there. So there was a plan, there was an idea given by my father that let's introduce an almirah of three folds, and there will be glass in front of them. And for each sections, there will be the access to me, or like আমার কাকার কাছে একটা চাবি থাকবে, আমার বাবার কাছে একটা চাবি থাকবে, আমার জেঠুর কাছে একটা চাবি থাকবে, so আর একটা মাস্টার চাবি থাকবে আমার দাদুর কাছে, right? And these are the blocks, we can say these are the blocks that এই যে এক একটা আমরা যে খোপগুলো বানালাম in the almirah, these are the blocks, and these are connected by that master chain. And যদি আমি এইখানে কোনো চেঞ্জ করতে যাই, এখানে যদি কোনো চেঞ্জ করতে যাই, then I have means there is a transparency, right? There is a master key. সেই মাস্টার কিটা নিয়ে আমার কাকা ওইখানে এসে চেঞ্জ করতে পারবে, বাট হ্যাঁ, there is a transparency. আচ্ছা, আমি কাঁচটার মধ্যে দিয়ে দেখতে পাচ্ছি যে আচ্ছা এই এখানে গিয়ে জিনিসটা চেঞ্জ করলো। So this is, we can say in a nutshell, that is the centralized system has various drawbacks, like we don't have that track that who is changing the things. There is less transparency, whereas in a blockchain system or a decentralized system where each user can maintain the ledger, that can maintain that particular database and has an access, and this makes it very much secured, because this is means from here the concepts of cryptography comes, and further things come, smart contract and all. So yeah, further details can be shared later. This is all about blockchain.
Okay. So as you said about smart contract or cryptography, so we have got two very much famous chains, if I say, that is
Yes.
Solana and Ethereum.
Yeah.
Tell me about them or maybe the difference between them.
See, a very basic thing. That is, means it is a topic of discussion nowadays, because after so many events of Solana, that is why Solana, why not Ethereum? The first thing that comes into mind, that Solana is very fast. So what is, and Solana is very fast and it's very much, let's say অনেকটা সস্তা, মানে খুব মানে পাতি ভাষায় বলতে গেলে it's cheaper than Ethereum. So if we see the docs of Ethereum and Solana, we'll be seeing that for the transactions, number of transactions is around 15 to 30 transaction TPS for Ethereum, whereas Solana's speed is like 1,000 transactions per second. There is
Okay.
1,000 TPS. And another thing is that obviously the smart contracts in Ethereum are written in Solidity, and for Solana it's Rust. And you can say about one another thing that means on based on what Ethereum is working, there is proof of stake, right? POS. And when we're coming to Solana, it's proof of stake and it's proof of history. So this proof of history makes Solana much more faster than Ethereum. So nowadays Ethereum is in use, and yeah, the developers are doing great work, and the ecosystem means the community support for Ethereum is a bit better than Solana, because when I was trying to develop something, as you also know, in Solana, it was a bit difficult. But if I would have developed in Ethereum, I think the community support, I would have got a better community support for Ethereum. That's all about Ethereum and Solana.
Okay, so do you consider yourself a full stack developer or one stack developer?
See, full stack developer has various layers, and I think that I still see learning is a part of a life. So I don't consider myself as a full stack developer, but yeah, I consider myself as a non stack developer. It's just a part of a full stack developer, being a full stack developer.
Okay, so how many databases you know?
Right. See, I am very much comfortable with MongoDB. I have built various projects and a bit of Firebase, because see, I personally don't like the cloud services, though it's very much useful, because I have used a bit of authentication service from Firebase, and currently in my internship also I'm currently working with that particular thing only, authentication part. But our there also we have that full database in MongoDB. So yeah, I love MongoDB, a bit of Postgre as well. But again, if I say, I feel much comfortable in MongoDB.
Okay, so you have used databases since you are a one stack developer. You have developed backend as well. So in what languages have you developed backend?
I use JavaScript, simply Express as a framework, not Node, but Express as a framework. I use JavaScript.
Okay, so if you have used Express and you are trying to integrate something of AI ML, how you have done it in Express because you are not using
Yeah,
Django or Flask.
no. So since I'm not using, better to say Flask, because I'm not going for fast API and these things. Actually, I have a hands-on experience with REST API, and we know that fast API is very much functional with this model hosting and these things. Since I don't have the expertise in that particular field, I always go with the LLMs. In a project, I have used BART models LLM, where the input was coming from the front end, and based on the input of the user, the sentiment of the particular text was calculated in my backend, and I was sending the average. So suppose let me explain the system. That is, there are seven questions, and the user is giving seven answers. So seven answers was coming in an array, were coming in an array, and I was sending those answers to the LLM, and LLM was giving positive and negative scores. So I was averaging up both the scores, and which one was greater based on that particular thing. I was sending to the front end. That is, yeah, the person is leaning towards the negative, towards the positive. That's all about my
Okay.
experience with LLMs
So
and
since
back.
you have used APIs as well, so what is the difference between REST API and GraphQL?
Okay. Again, let me take an example, and let me try to explain you this in the layman's language, right? So, have you been to restaurants? I think you have.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, obviously. So you opted for a la carte, and you have opted for buffets as well, right? So if I try to explain this GraphQL and REST API stuff in a layman's language, then we can consider that REST API is a buffet and GraphQL is an a la carte, right? How is it? When you are going for a buffet, you are going to the section where there is a fried rice, biryani, chicken chop, butter naan, everything. So you are bringing all of them. You don't know that what your body will take. and suddenly you have taken a, a bowl of custard, right? And suddenly your mom is sitting beside you and she's telling, uh, Shagnik, you have like lactose intolerance, right? So you can't consume that thing, right? So see, you have brought that thing from there. There is an means if you don't consume that bowl of custard, that
It's
will
a
be
waste.
wasted. That will be a waste, right? But if it was an a la carte scenario, when you will go to order for the custard, your mom will say, Shagnik, don't order, you have lactose intolerance, right? So you won't order, you don't bring, you just bring what is needed. You don't bring something extra. So GraphQL and REST API is kind of this thing. When I'm requesting the server, suppose there is an user schema, I am requesting all the users, but actually I need that user's name. I don't need user ID, email, phone number, nothing. So when we're using REST API, it is like I am bringing a whole lot of thing in my plate and then I'm modifying it in my front end. But in the GraphQL, what happens? It is like graph query language. We send a query that just give me the name or just give me the email or just give me name and email. So this is a means it obviously it reduces the pressure on the server. That is, I don't need to bring that much data. So I just only name and email. So why will I bring the full user schema? I don't need it, right? So we are not wasting the
Okay.
resources at the end of the day. It's a bit
Okay.
optimized approach
Understood.
of
Yes.
forming APIs.
Okay. So you have used Node.js as a runtime environment. So how it's
Yes.
different from Bun?
Okay, see, বান নামের মধ্যে অর্থটা লুকিয়ে আছে। Why it's মানে এখন এটা খুব চলতি একটা যে বান is faster than Node.js environment, right? So why? So at first, Node.js is built on JavaScript V8 engine and Bun is built on JavaScript core engine. So what special thing is given by JavaScript core engine for Bun? Bun has the capability, inbuilt libraries to inbuilt capabilities to bundle the JavaScript codes. That is, bundling and transpiling of TypeScript codes becomes much easier in Bun. Thus, Bun is a faster runtime environment than Node.js. But again, Node.js is like a veteran of our community, as you know, and it is great in IO operations. But again, when it comes to optimization and speed, it is always Bun. So I would say that I don't use Bun till now, but yeah, I am again comfortable in Node.js. But yeah, this is the basic difference between Node.js and Bun. That's it.
Okay. So suppose a junior comes and asks you, "Jay, Dada, you are in the web and web3 domain. I'm in the
Right,
first year of the college.
right.
There is a person who is saying me that, okay, you should do DSA because that's the
Okay.
most important. So what should I do? Because I could not keep up with all those DSA or app or web. So what should I do? So how will you answer?
See, I'd answer from my basic experience. That is again, I'll be taking an example of a meme, right? Like when you have both the options, like DSA in front of you and development in front of you, right? Development is like a pleasure scooty in your house, and DSA is like Royal Enfield in your house, right? So it's means it's a basic human conscience, but yeah, we always try to judge the things in a reverse manner, and there the problem occurs. So if a junior comes to me, I'll be just saying that, bro. Uh, for development, what do you need? You should have that logic building power and a drag and drop capability, that where to use what, this sense should be there. So the first thing that comes is the logic building, and logic building grows from DSA, practicing DSA, right? As you know. So this is the thing, because in my interview when I applied for a SG role, the interviewer didn't ask me for that what is component lifecycle in React, or what is means anything regarding basics of React, but he asked me about DSA, because DSA is the building block, and without DSA you can't do anything. So for the junior, the message will be like this: that do DSA 80% of the time, give 20% to the development. You'll be a great developer with a very good logic building
Okay.
power. That will be the
Okay.
answer.
Understood your point. As you are saying about React, so comment something about or give your opinion with valid logic about AngularJS and React.js, or rather
Okay,
Angular.
okay, if I say that Angular is not good, will I be rejected? Because again, I am giving an interview for GDG on
That's
campus
why I said to
RCCIIT.
give. That's why I said to give your opinion,
That's
unbiased
right.
opinion, definitely. Because
Uh,
at the end of the day, both are frameworks and it's a technical role. So you should
right.
have your opinion.
See, first difference is if you crack Google, you'll be working in Angular, and if you crack Microsoft, you'll be working in React.js. Okay. So, jokes apart, if I means as a beginner, myself as a beginner, when I am switching from Vanilla JS to something new frameworks, and means I don't want to write Vanilla JS anymore. So, what to switch? Obviously, my answer will be React. Right. Because in React, what do? You do nothing but write JavaScript. But when it comes to Angular, if you don't have the knowledge of TypeScript, you won't start your journey as an Angular developer. And
Okay.
there are various things because Angular is a very big framework, whereas React is a library of a JavaScript, which is a smaller thing. So grasping a smaller thing is much more easier as a beginner because React is damn handy, and Angular is a bit difficult. Means if you spend 2 weeks in with React, you will be learning a whole lot of things. Means you can develop something with React. But if you spend 2 weeks with Angular, I don't think you won't develop something pretty in uh, uh, Angular. And one more thing that I would like to add is that someone might say that this will the meet end after 5 minutes or will be having some time.
Yeah, you can take 5 minutes more. So
Okay,
wrap up
that's
your this answer.
yeah. I'll be just taking 1 minute only. And means someone say that okay, React has React uses various external libraries, but that everyone would say one thing, that is routing. Routing is a problem in React. That problem is not there in Angular. You can do the routings very easily in Angular, but my answer will be there. Okay, boss, I know that's cool. But again, there is another abstraction of React in the market. A ruler of the market, Next.js, comes into the scene, which solves this problem as well by introducing the dynamic routing.
Okay, so
So,
we can kind of say that React is a good for one who is learning. And maybe when we will be having, suppose, the Angular for after some time, when someone has
hmm,
been developed
hmm,
quite well,
hmm.
maybe that person can go with Angular, right?
Right, we can say.
Okay. Now, Orgoda would have been here, but due to some technical issues, he could not join this session. So let me ask you some question from his behalf as well, because he just
Okay,
mailed
okay,
me out those things.
okay.
So tell me something about yourself, some positive things and some negative things as a person or from a developer's perspective. What do you
Okay.
think you could improve in yourself and what you are good at?
See, actually, being a person, I don't mean see if I start saying positives, I can list like various things. But as a negative at this particular moment, I am not getting something in my mind. But as a positive, I can say that I believe that I am a team person. If I have means if I have a good team of good people, I can lead. I can lead I can lead them very easily because again, leadership is in my veins. I am being the vice captain in my class 10, and again, this streak is like it's unending streak.
So,
And after that comes okay as a developer. If I say the positivity, then it will be like I can adapt to any technology. If I have some time, I can adapt to any technology, right? Means I was not that much expert in GraphQL. So I spent like 1 week with this particular thing, and I have good hands with the GraphQL. So I think that I can, if I do know something, I can grasp that thing, and I can make the other people learn. So, like these are
okay,
my positives as a
okay.
developer as a
And since you will be the domain lead, so you will having a team under you mostly from second year. So if someone is not working, how will you handle that thing?
uh, see, uh, like when a person is not working well, At first, I have learned this from my ex lead only, ex GDSC lead, as I was under him as a second year last year. So again, since you are taking the question from his behalf, I'll be answering in his style only. So
Yeah,
the
you
thing is
have
that,
1 minute, so do it
yeah,
within
yeah,
one
I'll
minute.
be just wrapping it up in shortly. So it is the thing that when a junior is not listening to me, I'll be just trying to make him understand that, boss, this is the scenario. You have to do this thing, else these will be the setbacks, right? If he doesn't listen to me and repeat the mistake, I'll be just saying, bro, okay, you have various works, so keep it up. Good, do work in your career. Do good work in your career, and you can move on. Let's move for some other option, because for me, my community is very much love, means it's my love. So I'll be prioritizing my community over you. So let's take a part for this year. Better luck next time. This will be my summary.
Okay. So thank you so much for the interview, Swapnendu. In the next 2 to 3 days, you will get the result. So yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
much about it.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Pradnik. So good
joining.
night. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Okay.